following is a Howard Dare MGTOW production. You're watching the Howard Dare channel, bringing you daily MGTOW content. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hello MGTOW, hello men, this is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So, I'm getting a lot of heat in the comments section concerning some of my videos. Who could have ever expected that? Who could have foreseen that Howard Dare would get, how shall we put it, disagreement from some people? I know, I find it unbelievable. But I've started to notice a pattern, and it's a very unusual pattern. And I think it's important for me to talk about this pattern to MGTOW. Because this behavior that I'm talking about, we see it all the time from feminists, from over-emotional people. We see it from people with a socialist mindset who just want to jump on a bandwagon. We see it in the media when they just want to present their narrative of events, unaware that in this day and age, with the internet, we say what we say. It's probably recorded. So this idea of saying, Trump said that all Mexicans were rapists and murderers, and then running with that narrative, then acting like, the best way that I can describe it is like a hen, like a bird that's just losing its mind. Well, what little mind it has, right? It's this type of a reaction. It's a herd mentality. So a person will mischaracterize what another person says, will misstate it, and will pretend that, see, there's the whole thing right there. This wraps right back into the spider's modus operandi of mistaken identity, where the female spider, why did you eat that male spider and kill him? And it's like, well, I thought he was here to attack me. I thought he was here to attack me. It's like, no, he had some flowers, he had some chocolates. You know why he was here. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. That's what the female spider says. I just mistook him for someone else. So that's what these people do. They take an argument that they know makes them uncomfortable, and then they mischaracterize it. They mistake the argument, and then they unload. It's like, I'm sure that I heard you say that all people with an intelligence below 100 needed to be slaves. It's like, no, excuse me, I never said that. A feminist responding to one of the videos and just completely mischaracterizing it, and then just going off into this tirade, and I hope you know that you're some sort of a brainless, dead, idiot, retarded monkey. It's like, well, no, I am not that, and I didn't even say what you're suggesting I said. And I know that because, I can refer back to the actual video. And there might be cases where I overgeneralize and I do things like that. And I become, too emotional. I make an emotional appeal in my arguments. So, what can we call this phenomenon? Because it's becoming so rampant. And I believe as the reality of, our economic, political, survival situation becomes more and more tested and strained and obvious, I think that there is a group of collectivist, socialistic, herd mentality people that are just going to start going apeshit crazy. And they're going to start accusing the people who don't agree with them of every crime under the sun. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I think the world's unfair to men. I think we need to look after the men whose suicide rate is at least 3-to-1 to the women. And I get a bunch of people calling me a sexist and a bigot and a racist. It's like, well, we've got a problem with welfare and incentivizing bad behavior and encouraging people to come to this country illegally and then to live off of our welfare system. And it's like, you're a racist, man, you're a pig. So it's like, no, I never said that. See what I'm saying? See what I'm getting at? This whole misconstruing of what a person says, mistaking what they're saying. And there's no mistake. The person is just mischaracterizing it and then unloading because they feel threatened. I'm sure there's a psychological term for this, and I'm sure you guys could fill me in as to what's happening. And I believe that as the person who exhibits this behavior, I believe it's like a conflict between the way they imagine the world to be and the way that reality is showing them the world to be. And we could have the same conflict inside of the personality with their imagined self-image and the feedback that the world is giving them about their self-image. Person thinks they're really great at something and they stink at it, and the world is, giving them that feedback as well. And they're becoming more and more angry, more and more frustrated, more and more driven in the wrong direction, as opposed to coming to an understanding of it. So I am amazed at the strength and ferocity of some of the people in the comments section. And I suppose we are threatening their worldview. And it's causing this existential crisis within the personality. And so they're going to latch on to some aspect of the argument or the person's personality, and they're going to demonize it. And they're going to look to actually destroy that person. And they're going to look to gather social proof and gang up with others and attack that person. Now, it's not a physical attack. The spider, let's go back to the spider when she mistakes the identity of one of her suitors and just eats him because he's a blue pill simping spider. Humans don't attack outright. They destroy a person's social standing, relational aggression. This is a female attack. When you're getting in an argument and somebody's calling you names and they're not talking about, the things that you're talking about, they're trying to attack a person's social standing within the group. It's a tip-off that you're dealing with an emotional idiot, and you're dealing with somebody who's, quite dangerous. Not a rational, logical person that you're having some sort of interaction with, but somebody who is trying to destroy you socially within the group, because that's how we humans do it. We're not a bunch of insects, even though the same behaviors that drive insects, cellular populations, other larger animals and species, these things operate within us. So a person has this worldview, like a feminist, a leftist, a collectivist, a socialist, a herd mentality person who, they really want to live on welfare for the rest of their lives. And they can't imagine why anybody shouldn't want to do that. They don't imagine, they just don't understand it, right? And they're hating on what they're hearing right now. And they won't be able to hear the positive message about what I'm saying about individualism, freedom, self-empowerment. You cannot be free if you're relying on the group. That you have to find that individual power of the individual within you and depend on yourself. And then you unlock the engine of humanity, the engine of mankind. Otherwise, you're operating at this kind of herd, animal-like level. So sometimes I get pulled into these confrontations with these people in the comments section, and it's a retarded waste of my time. It really is. So you people that have strong disagreements with me, in presenting your points in the comment section, you're mistaken. I mean, you can do what you want to do. You're wrong. And if you don't behave with some civility, if you conduct yourself like the Trump protesters in San Jose that throwed the egg at the woman, I'll kick you out of here, right? I'll remove your comments and I'll kick you out of here. Now, if you've got some beef with what I've had to say, then say what it is, and maybe I made a mistake, maybe I overstated it. Chances are, though, I said exactly what I meant to say, and I'll stand behind it. Most likely. But don't call me any names. Don't tell me what you think I said. I don't want to hear that anymore. I really don't, because I recognize it now. I don't know what to call it. That your worldview is being threatened, and you're lashing out. You're getting on a high horse, you're lashing out. You're trying to destroy people within the group, because you're chicken, and that's what it is. So I'm hoping that one of my listeners will hear this and know the exact psychological term, and behavior for what this is. But I think I've described it pretty well. I think I've made my point clear. So let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and join me again, Howard Dare, as I hope to have more content for you. Thank you, MGTOW. My superpowers have just informed me that it is my distinct privilege and honor to send a special shout-out to a real superhero and champion of men, Sandman. Thank you for all that you do and the example that you set. So, thanks for taking your daily dose of red pills. And remember, a red pill a day keeps the crazy feminists away. And I watch the Howard Dare channel.